everybody. Today, this part 2. I am read this again to finish this book. Okay? I know where we started to part 2. Here we go. Here, this page started. Okay, let's start. "Why, Orange horrid," said Gran. She took a purple button and looked at it closely. "I cut them off a dress," she said. "I had it when your granddad was alive. It was a nice dress, but things seemed to go wrong when I wore it." "Like what?" asked Rachel. "Ooh, her grandma has lots and lots of buttons down here. I think her grandma liked the purple button, but Rachel does not like it, and I didn't know why." "I know it, but I don't say to you." "Once I broke my ankle," said Gran. "Once the car crashed, so I didn't want to wear the dress again. But I snipped off the buttons and I kept them." "What for?" said Rachel. She knew she would have thrown the nasty purple buttons away. "You never know. They might come in handy one day," said Gran. She smiled as if she liked the dark purple buttons. "Oh!" Her grandma snipped the purple buttons out of her dress. "Well, she keep that." "Ooh, it's her little brother Rachel's birthday. Happy birthday, your brother. Say happy birthday to him." Rachel chose nice bright ones for Matthew's. Oh, her brother's name is Matthew's birthday cake. Not long afterwards, Rachel's mom began to knit a cardigan for her. It was made from warm lilac wool, and it needed 4 buttons. I think her grandma had 4 buttons. "I wish I can have a cardigan like her, because I love purple buttons and purple clothes, aren't you?" "Maybe Gran would lend you some buttons for it," said Mum. Rachel thought about Gran's buttons. She remembered the ones that looked like pale lilac petals. They would be perfect. She asked about them next time she went to see Gran. "It is all right if I borrow your lilac buttons for my new cardigan," she said. Why did her grandma don't answer? She fetched the blue tin from the cupboard and tipped the buttons in onto the table. She counted the lilac petals. Yes, there were 4. Just right. "Can I take them home?" she asked. Gran didn't answer. "Ask my fault, everyone." Rachel looked at her. Gran is sitting in her chair with a very sad face. I didn't know why did she are sad. Gran, cried Rachel. What's the matter? Gran held out her hand. It's my ring, she said. I lost one of the garnets out of it. I didn't know what garnets mean. What are garnets? Rachel asked. Those dark red stones. Can you see that one's missing? Rachel stared. There was a gap in the row of jewels on the ring. It must have fallen out, said Gran sadly. I've hunted high and low, but I can't find it. And the ring's very special. Granddad gave it to me 40 years ago. It's too long. Why did her grandmother keep it in many years? And now becomes grandma. She older and older, but she can keep the rings. But I think when I keep the rings, it always lost. Because I have a big messy on my bedroom, so it always lost or stick in my toys. I think I need to clean up that messy I have made. Rachel jumped up. Gran has done a lot for her. She wanted to do something back. I look for it, she said. It can't be far away. Gran shook her head. Don't bother, she said. We never find it now. It's so tiny. Maybe it got swept up in the Hoover. Hoover? I didn't know what Hoover means. I think you can know it, what Hoover means. Rachel sat down again. She started at the buttons she tipped out. Some of Gran's sadness seemed to have rubbed off onto them. The white one looked dull and wishy-washy. The gold ones didn't shine any longer. Even the lila petals were faded and dim. I think her like the lila petals button because here's the lila petals buttons. It look really perfect. No, really beautiful, but I don't think it's perfect. Too perfect. Hey, why did you? What are you doing with that? She flicked? Why did she flick? I didn't know. Why did she flick my cute little buttons? So sad. Only the purple buttons still glittered on the table. They were thin and strange. Wait! Then Gran wore them on the dress. Bad things happened. Now bad things were happening again. It must be their fault. I hate the purple buttons, Rachel cried. She flicked one as hard as she could. It spun across the room into a four-corner. Now I'm sad. Look at me. My teeth go out. Why did she flick my beautiful buttons? It's so beautiful. My life. Hey, exclaimed Gran. Stop it. I like the buttons. I don't want to lose them, as well as the garnets. She looked quite cross. Rachel felt awful. Sorry, Gran, she said. She flew to the corner where the button has fallen. She ran her hands along the carpets, trying to find it. I think it's just under the bed or the sofa or the chair. I think just like that. Something winked, something gleamed. Rachel peered down. Where was the purple buttons? But it wasn't flying flat. It's down, as if it has half propped up. What could it be propped against? Rachel lifted it with the tip of her finger. Hidden under the button lay a tiny red jewel. Tiny red jewel? Now she finds the red stone of her Gran's rings. Rachel's heart thumped. When you hear her thump, it's just like this. Boop, 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 like that. As if she ran from one end. Now I know what heart thump means. When you find your heart just thump, like that. And you thump like this story. Fast, 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 like that. As if she ran from the end of the playground to the other. She picked up the jewel and the button and held them out. I didn't know why she ran to the playground. Gran, look, she said. Oh, cried Gran, the garnet from my ring. Her face was happy again. I found it under the purple button, said Rachel. She was smiling too. Then it's lucky you flicked the button off the table, said Gran. The nice purple button. Why do you like it so much, Gran? Rachel asked. Because it's pretty, said Gran. You might think so too, if you look at it properly. It looks... Now, Rachel have made me happier. Now my tears go back. For the first time, Rachel looked at the button as hard as she could. Her eyes opened wide with surprise. Yes, she cried. It's lovely. The button shone with a pale, pearly glow. Its rim as curved like a shell. It is like a shell? Real shell? I don't think so. But I don't think it's curved like a shell and one point at the top. And it wasn't thin and slippery. It was slim and smooth and elegant. Now lovely again. Look at her. Now I look at her. Her face looked like a princess. Take a crown, make a dress. Now she's going to be a really pretty princess. Quickly, Rachel picked up the other purple buttons from the table. She counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just right. Gran, she said, you know I need 4 buttons for my new cardigan. Can I borrow the purple ones? Of course, said Gran. Don't forget I told you they might come in handy one day. This book is so lovely, So I like it. Now I don't sad in tears anymore. Please put tears go back to my eye. Okay, I will tell you what this book be. I think this will be long. So listen. Let me think the first one. Wait a little minute for me. Rachel one day Rachel goes to her grand's house. Can I see something? Now I forgot about it. Now I know. She had a good news. She had her school, her class has a play, and she will be a queen. Rachel says, I can be a queen. So her grand says, what do you wear? I will wear a long dress and a crown. That Rachel says. Let me think. And then Rachel says, I can make a crown all by myself, and I will stick some fruit gums on my crown. And I hear that my ears going to want to say, that's silly. And then Gran says, that sounds silly. Queens don't have any sweets on their heads. That's right. When I say that, I think you will imagine you have lots and lots of candies on your head. But I don't think you made that. Let me think more. And then her grand says, how about buttons? When she make a dress, long dress and a crown. Everyone also admired at her crown. So now she remembered that her brother's birthday. So she wants to have some buttons. So she says with her grandma can I have some more buttons, please? And then she stick all the buttons around the cakes for her brother's birthday. Then her mother make for her a cardigan made from lilac wool, warm lilac wool. And her mom says this cardigan needs 4 buttons. And then Rachel thinks the lilac petals button will be perfect for her cardigan. And then she go to her grand's house. And she says with her grand can I have 4 lilac petals button, please? But her grandma didn't answer. She go closer to Gran. Says, "What the matter?" And so her Gran says, "My ring, it lost one red stone." She thinks it's not far away. And so now she go to the table. Rachel sees the purple buttons again. She flick the purple buttons away. So Gran says, "I don't want to lose any buttons." So Rachel says, "I'm sorry, Gran." So when she follow the buttons, I think the button falls under the sofa. So she sees under the sofa. She sees a button. It nods down, but it's down. She grabbed the buttons she held in her hand. She flip the buttons. She sees a small red jewel under it. So she says with her grandma is, "Gran, I found it." So Gran was happy again. She has asked Gran a questions. "Why do you like the purple button so much?" said Rachel. Then her Gran says, "Because it's lovely when you look closer to it." Closer like this. See? When Rachel hold the purple buttons, she look closer it. When she says, "It's lovely." So she counts all the purple buttons. It's 4. So she says with her Gran is, "Can I take all of these buttons?" So her Gran say yes. That the end. So I say this book is mostly about buttons, purple buttons, because here are purple buttons, and I like that. Goodbye, everybody.